What is good, Ninja? OJ over here from PlayerEssence, and welcome to the P Nintendo Switch and gaming news video. Today we have some awesome information for you guys, so let's go ahead and get right into it. Sphear demo launches next week in Japan, and of course you can play it just as long as you have a Japanese account to download it on the eShop. So the save data from the demo will carry over to the full game. Square Enix will release a demo for Sphear next week in Japan, the company announced at Tokyo Game Show 2017. The demo will let you play the beginning parts of the game. The save data from the demo can be carried over to the full game when it launches in Japan. Further details about the demo, including a specific launch date, will be announced in the next few days. Sphear is due up for the PlayStation 4 and Nintendo Switch on October 12th in Japan, and for the PlayStation 4, Nintendo Switch, and PC on January 23rd in the Americas and in Europe. In related news, Square Enix released a trailer for Sphear's 2-disc original soundtrack, which will launch in Japan on November 22nd for 2,500 yen plus tax. And you can check out that trailer right there as well. And yes, I am very, very excited about this demo, even though it's going to be in Japanese. I'll do my best to play through it. And Sphear is an old school classic RPG trying to do a throwback to the old Square Enix games like Secret of Mana and all of that. Unfortunately for this game, Sphear, there's already another game that's stealing kind of a lot of the headlines when it comes to classic RPGs, and that is Project Octopath Traveler, which is looking to be a lot better than Sphear, although I'm still excited to see what Sphear has to offer, because Sphear has a bigger party cast as far as who you can have, at least from what we've seen from the demo and not. And there's a very different tone and vibe to Sphear compared to Project Octopath, but these are two old school retro style games as far as trying to evoke the emotions of people who played Breath of Fire, Chrono Trigger, Secret of Mana, games like that. So I do feel that it's a good mix to have both of them. This game is launching in October 12th in Japan, so people who do get the game then, they can be able to play it, and then we'll be getting it earlier in the year. So I'm looking forward to playing it overall. Project Octopath is going to be coming out in spring, so I'm guessing that game is going to be more like an April or May-ish type of title, maybe March, not really sure. But either way, more classic RPGs coming to the Nintendo Switch, the better. This is the type of support that I love to see, because this is the type of support that we didn't see on previous Nintendo home consoles from Square Enix, especially with the Wii U not getting a lot of these style of games. It's good to see Square Enix showing this type of support, and I'm looking forward to Sphear coming over. The Volko suits, or the Vulcan suits that they done, that actually looks pretty cool, and the battle system to where you can do dual text and triple text, that's also really cool as well. Looking forward to using that in this demo. So let me know what you guys think about Sphear coming over to Nintendo Switch, PlayStation 4 early next year for North America and for Europe. I would love to hear you guys' thoughts in the comment section below. Alright, and moving on to the next article here. Critically acclaimed indie title Inside is coming to the Nintendo Switch. So Limbo Studios' latest game is getting a portable hybrid release. Inside, the latest game from Limbo developer Playdead, is coming to Nintendo Switch and iOS. Creative director Art Jensen told Famitsu. Further details about the two new versions were not announced. Inside is currently available for the PlayStation 4, Xbox One, and PC. And I have not played this game at all. I've played a little bit of Limbo. I think there was a demo that I played back in the day. I'm not really sure when I played that, but I remember playing Limbo at some point, and I thought it was pretty cool. And this game, Inside, was critically acclaimed. A lot of people really liked it, and I remember it coming out as far as it launching for the PS4, Xbox One, and PC, but I'm not going to buy indie games for the PS4, Xbox One, and PC. So you're not going to be able to play it on the go or anywhere that you want. That's not something that I feel like doing on the PS4, Xbox One, or PC, especially with the Nintendo Switch. So since it is coming to the Switch, and I can play it anywhere I want, I will take a look at this game as far as potentially getting a review code or seeing if I'll even like the game in the first place. I need to see more information on it. I remember watching gameplay videos and I think even reporting on it at one point. But like I said, with the Switch release and being able to play it anywhere, then it's definitely more appealing than it would be just being stuck in front of a TV, for me at least. Like I said, not for anyone else, but for me. So what do you guys think about Inside? Have any of you guys played it? I would love to hear you guys' thoughts. Is it as good as people say it is? Is it as good as Limbo beforehand? I mean, I don't really know much about this game. I just know that Limbo always plays with shadows and light and dark and stuff like that, and it creates pretty cool game mechanics. So let me know what you guys think about Limbo and what you guys think about Inside in the comment section below. Is this a great game coming over to the Switch? Will you be picking it up? I'd love to hear what you guys have to say. Alright, and moving on to the last article here. The Shin Megami Tensei HD project news will be coming on October 23rd, according to Atlas. That is only about a month away from this point. So the next update on Atlus's untitled Shin Megami Tensei HD project announced for the Nintendo Switch in January will come on October 23rd, Atlus has announced. The news came at the end of Atlus's Tokyo Game Show 2017 public Day 1 live stream. The October 23rd tease followed by a replay of the game's first trailer. And yes, there is a lot to talk about when it comes to the Shin Megami Tensei HD project. Now, this is weird because this game was not only announced for the Nintendo Switch, but apparently it's coming to the 3DS. Now, we haven't heard anything about the 3DS version, but obviously they're talking about the HD, so the Nintendo Switch version. Now, there's also been some talk from people on websites and stuff that's like, oh, they didn't say anything as far as platforms, so that means it can come to other platforms like the PlayStation 4 or PC or Xbox One or whatever the case is. But no, that's not the case because they originally announced it for the Nintendo Switch back in January. So maybe it does. I'm not saying that there's not a possibility, but for right now, what we can only say is that it's going to be a Nintendo Switch game because that's the only place where we've seen that they said that it's going to be on the Nintendo Switch using Unreal Engine 4. Now, they did later come out and say that, hey, there will be some type of Shin Megami Tensei game coming to the 3DS, but they haven't talked about that since then, and they haven't grouped it as far as the HD title and this 3DS title in the same boat. So I'm not sure if that was lost in translation or a completely different game, but we'll have to wait and see because one of them is going to be using Unreal Engine 4 as far as the HD project, and if that 3DS does come, obviously it's not. You can't do as much with it. We've seen the comparisons between the Switch version of Fire Emblem Warriors and the new Nintendo 3DS version of Fire Emblem Warriors. Yeah, you can't really do the same thing. So let's get into what this game is actually going to be. Now, I've reported on it on the past as far as being Shin Megami Tensei 5, but that is not confirmed, right? That is not confirmed. I thought it was going to be that, but that is not confirmed to be Shin Megami Tensei 5. I only brought that up just because Nintendo and Atlus have had a Shin Megami Tensei relationship where they did Shin Megami Tensei 4 and Shin Megami Tensei 4 Final on the Nintendo 3DS, and both of them sold pretty well. So I was thinking that, oh, this is naturally going to be the next Shin Megami Tensei game in the franchise. Now, we still need to wait and see if it does turn out to be Shin Megami Tensei 5, but I have a feeling that it will be. Now, we've seen a lot of the classic characters and everything as far as the trailer goes, but I'm pretty sure there's going to be a lot more and even new ones in there. And the Unreal Engine 4, this is the first time that they're going to be using it for the mainline Shin Megami Tensei or Shin Megami Tensei at all. So what we have heard as far as this game, and just going back to, just getting a little bit more of, I guess, background or context, there are going to be at least 20 games that are using Unreal Engine 4 as far as Japanese developers go, and this is one of them. Now, that 20 games was announced, I think, like a little bit after the Switch launched or something like that, and we're starting to see the games roll out, whether it's Project Octopath, Dragon Quest, Shin Megami Tensei HD project, this one here. A lot of Japanese developers have been turning to the Unreal Engine 4 in order to get their games look beautiful, but also work with engines that they don't have to create themselves and spend all the time and money on that. We've seen train wrecks before, like the Luminous engine and other engines just say, you know what, it's probably not good if we use this one, or a lot of issues that they run into. Heck, Kingdom Hearts 3 was moved from the Luminous engine to Unreal Engine 4. Final Fantasy VII Remake is also using Unreal Engine 4 as well, and Square Enix has been testing Unreal Engine 4, whether it's Final Fantasy 15, they've been talking to Epic and all of that, like I've reported on in the past. So I think it was a good call for the first HD game as far as Shin Megami Tensei goes to use Unreal Engine 4, so they don't have to go through all of the issues that some of these other developers have been going through in terms of getting their big HD games with their Japanese RPGs on the systems, whether it's PlayStation 4, Xbox One, or the Nintendo Switch. So I'm happy to report that it will be using that, which we already did know, but I'm also really looking forward to seeing what they announced. Shin Megami Tensei 4 was one of my favorite games on the Nintendo 3DS. It had a great style to it, looked great even though it was the 3DS. They did the most that they could with the engine and with the hardware and the graphics and all that, but it still looked pretty good for a handheld system. And now we have the Nintendo Switch. I can only imagine what this game is going to look like, especially since it's going to be built for the ground up for the Nintendo Switch using one of the best engines for the Nintendo Switch, an Unreal Engine 4. So what do you guys think about the Shin Megami Tensei HD project as far as getting news on October 23rd? You hyped for that announcement? You looking forward to it? What do you love most about the Shin Megami Tensei games, whether it was on the 3DS or back in the day? I would love to hear you guys' thoughts in the comment section below. Alright, Ninja, that wraps it up for this video here. Go ahead and check out the links in the description below. We've got Facebook, we've got Twitter. Go ahead and give us a like and a follow on our social media. Really helps us spread the content of PlayerEssence across the interwebs in addition to YouTube. Also, make sure you check out our Patreon page. Pledge any tier. Be entered to win some awesome prizes each month. In addition to that, we have Discord voice chat and $10 prize each shop tournaments for Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, Splatoon 2, and more. So support PE Live and PE Arena right here on PlayerEssence. Also, make sure you hit that like button if you did like this video. Lets me know you guys want more content like this going forward in the future. And subscribe to PlayerEssence for the latest news, reviews, discussions, and more. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll catch you ninja for the next video. Peace.